Look at this. Right here, on the CoinMarketCap screen. In the last 7 days, Hedera HBAR has been a beast, up over 32%. And if you were like me, watching late into the night, you saw HBAR as the top gainer in the top 100, blasting past 29 cents. For months, we've been talking about this exact move, predicting it, preparing for it. But here's the thing, this isn't just another crypto pump. This is the beginning of something much, much bigger. This is the ignition sequence. If you've been on the sidelines, second-guessing, or just watching, you're about to find out exactly why this surge is just the warm-up act. Because what comes next for Hedera HBAR will not only shock everyone, but it's going to send its price into territories we haven't seen since its inception. Get ready. Because we're not just talking about gains, we're talking about a new all-time high incoming for Hedera HBAR. And I'm going to show you exactly why, starting right now. You've seen cryptocurrencies pump and dump. You've felt the emotional roller coaster. But today, we're not dealing in hopium. We're breaking down the undeniable data, the on-chain signals, and the legislative breakthroughs that are converging to create the perfect storm for Hedera HBAR. This video is your comprehensive guide to understanding why HBAR is not just moving, but why it's moving with such force. You'll discover 1. The political catalyst, the monumental US legislation about to reshape the crypto landscape and how Hedera is uniquely positioned to benefit. 2. The institutional floodgates, why major global banks are already tapping into Hedera's core services, setting the stage for explosive demand. 3. The dominance indicator, a secret chart pattern revealing Hedera HBAR's increasing market strength and where it's headed next. 4. The mega bullish chart patterns, unpacking the technical indicators that are screaming by for HBAR, including a rare signal that historically leads to massive rallies. And 5. The price prediction playbook, my exact targets for Hedera HBAR price prediction, and why a new all-time high is not just possible but imminent. This is more than just a Hedera HBAR price prediction. It's a strategic playbook for anyone serious about seizing generational wealth. Prepare to have your mind blown as we unveil the shocking truth behind HBAR's unstoppable ascent. Alright, let's start with a bombshell that most people are still trying to understand. President Trump, according to recent reports, is set to sign the country's first major legislation aimed at regulating cryptocurrency. We're talking about what's informally being called the Genius Act, specifically targeting stablecoins. Now you might be thinking, what does a US president signing a bill have to do with Hedera HBAR? This is where it gets absolutely fascinating. Did you know that Hedera is not only considered a made-in-America blockchain, a massive advantage in today's regulatory climate, but they've been years ahead of the curve with their Hedera token service and their cutting-edge stablecoin studio? And that's not all. They're fully ISO 20022 compliant, the new global financial messaging standard. But how does a single piece of legislation, focused on stablecoins, become the catalyst that opens the floodgates for Hedera HBAR, potentially driving its price to a new all-time high? The connection is far deeper, and far more impactful, than you realize. Because once this bill becomes law, the entire financial world shifts, and Hedera is perfectly positioned to capture it. But here's where the real money starts flowing. When the Genius Act becomes law, it won't just regulate crypto, it will legitimize stablecoins on an unprecedented scale within the US financial system. This means major banks, financial institutions, and corporations that have been on the sidelines will finally have the regulatory clarity they need to jump in. And where will they go to launch their compliant, regulated stablecoins? They'll go to the platforms that are already built for institutional adoption, like Hedera's Stablecoin Studio. This studio isn't just a simple tool, it's a comprehensive enterprise-grade solution offering 10,000 transactions per second with some of the lowest, most predictable fees in the industry. It comes with built-in KYC, Know Your Customer, and AML, anti-money laundering services, all fully compliant. That's why you see major players like Standard Bank, Shinhan Bank, a huge name in Asia, and Cathay Bank already leveraging this technology. When this bill is signed, those floodgates will unleash a tsunami of new stablecoin launches and DeFi activity built around them. And because Hedera has spent years building these relationships and this compliant infrastructure with its powerful governing council, they are uniquely positioned to capture a massive share of this market. Every stablecoin issued, every transaction processed, consumes a tiny amount of HBAR as gas fees. This is real, undeniable utility driving demand. But the price impact goes even further, because Hedera's market dominance itself is screaming for a breakout. Beyond the legislative tailwinds, something fascinating is happening on the charts that almost no one is paying attention to: Hedera's market dominance. We've been tracking this on the channel for months, and it's been absolutely ripping. We saw a huge move up, a little consolidation forming a flag pattern, and then another massive leg up. Just recently, Hedera gained an incredible 15% more dominance over the cryptocurrency markets in a single candle. Think about that, In a crowded market, HBAR is actively eating market share. Now, why is this so crucial for Hedera HBAR price prediction? How does gaining dominance directly translate into its price heading for a new all-time high? And what does this repeating flag pattern on the dominance chart tell us about the imminent timing of BAR's next colossal move? This isn't just a random chart, it's a powerful signal, a breadcrumb leading us directly to the future price action. But the raw price chart itself, when we apply some advanced technical analysis, paints an even more bullish picture. Let's get to the charts you came to see, Hedera HBAR on the weekly time frame. What we're witnessing here is textbook bullish. First, volume. Over the last 3 weeks, we've seen a massive spike and sustained increase in buying volume as the price has climbed. This is critical. Strong moves up on high volume mean conviction. Weak moves on low volume mean hesitation. HBAR is showing conviction. Second, and perhaps most exciting, is the mega bullish W pattern, or a double bottom, forming on the weekly chart. This is a powerful reversal pattern, indicating that the selling pressure has exhausted itself, and buyers are stepping in aggressively. It's like a coiled spring, compressed and ready to explode upwards. When you see a double bottom on the weekly, especially with increasing volume, it's a huge signal for a trend reversal and continuation of an uptrend. This is not a small signal, it's a roaring endorsement from the market itself. But wait, there's more. When we combine this with another incredibly powerful indicator, the signals become undeniable, screaming for a Hedera HBAR price prediction that includes a new all-time high. Now, let's look at market cipher A on the weekly. What's showing up right now? A big, beautiful green. If you're familiar with this indicator, you know how powerful this signal can be. The last time we saw a confirmed green on the weekly for Hedera HBAR, brace yourself. From the close of that candle to its wick high, HBAR rallied a mind-blowing 173%. That move alone would take HBAR to around 67 cents, essentially giving it a new all-time high right there. Now, am I saying we're guaranteed another 173% rally this time? No guarantees in crypto. But what I am saying is that this indicator has a historically proven track record of signaling massive upward price action for HBAR. Why does this specific green appear right before these explosive moves? And when we combine this green with the other technical signals we're seeing on the chart, what does it tell us about the imminent timing and magnitude of the next Hedera HBAR price prediction? This is a convergence of signals that any seasoned trader recognizes as potentially life-changing. But the plot thickens, as another critical indicator shows a fascinating discrepancy that reveals just how close we are to a monstrous move. Let's switch to market cipher B on the weekly. We're seeing VWAP, volume-weighted average price expanding, which is bullish. Money flow is still in the red, but it's shrinking, telling us the selling pressure is fading fast. We want to see that money flow cross above the midline, turning green. Now, here's the fascinating part, the lagging indicator secret. Look at this previous rally, VWAP crossed above 25, the momentum wave was strong, stochastics and RSI were in overbought territory, then we got the green, and Hedera HBAR exploded 173%. Now, look at where we are today. We have the expanding VWAP, the shrinking money flow, and the green dot signal for market cipher A. The only difference? Our momentum waves are still making slightly lower lows. This is a classic discrepancy. It means one of two things, either the price is wrong, or the indicators are lagging. My bet, and the bet of every seasoned crypto analyst, is that the indicators are lagging. What this tells us is that you are about to see a massive momentum wave, just like the one before, coupled with overextended VWP, screaming stochastics and RSI, and then the final confirmation of that green, sending HBAR to Valhalla. This discrepancy is a coiled spring, and when it finally catches up, it will be violent. This is the setup for a truly explosive move, confirming our Hedera HBAR price prediction for a new all-time high incoming. Now, let's zoom in on the daily chart for HBAR. You might see some pullbacks, some dips. Don't panic. These aren't signs of weakness, they're vital for a healthy market. They let funding rates reset, allow early profit takers to exit, and crucially, create entry points for smart money. What I'm absolutely loving on the chart right now is this. We're seeing extended increasing volume on the moves up. When the price is green, volume is high, signaling strong buying pressure. But on the pullbacks, on the red candles, volume is decreasing. This is classic bullish flagging. It means that when the price pulls back, there isn't significant selling pressure, it's just profit-taking or market resets. Why is this specific volume pattern so incredibly bullish for the next leg up for Hedera HBAR? How does this pattern, combined with everything else we've discussed, practically guarantee that another explosive swing is coming very, very soon? The answer is in understanding the rhythm of the bull market itself, and how HBAR is perfectly dancing to its tune. But here's the ultimate confirmation of what's about to happen. Let's look at the historical beat of this HBAR bull market. The first major leg up was a staggering 59%. The second leg, 30%. What we're seeing right now is exactly that predictable pattern: huge swings up, followed by necessary smaller 10 to 15% cooldowns. This isn't random. This is the very rhythm of a powerful bull market. And based on this rhythm, we are setting up for another massive swing upwards. When we talk about Hedera HBAR price prediction, we're not just looking at charts in isolation. We're combining the legislative catalyst, the institutional adoption through its stablecoin studio, the surging market dominance, the mega bullish W pattern, the powerful green dot signal, the impending momentum wave, and the smart money volume patterns. All of these indicators, working in confluence, are screaming the same thing: another massive leg up is imminent. This is why you cannot be sidelined. The swings in this market are explosive, and HBAR is leading the charge. So we've laid out the entire case: the regulatory tailwinds, the institutional adoption, the market dominance, and the screaming technicals. Every single piece points to one undeniable conclusion. But for everyone holding HBAR, for everyone watching this right now, the ultimate question remains: what's the ultimate price target? Where is this rocket ship headed? We've seen that a repeat of the last green dot rally could take us to 67 cents, a clear new all-time high. But is that the ceiling? Or is this just the first stop on a much longer, much more explosive journey? What happens when Hedera gains truly widespread global adoption, when its technology becomes even more embedded in the fabric of multinational corporations and digital economies worldwide? And what is the highest possible Hedera HBAR price prediction based on all these factors combined, that will truly shock everyone? This is where the exponential power of a bull market takes over, and the charts hint at a number that few would dare to utter. But here's the moment of truth. Alright, HBAR Barians. The moment of truth. Everything we've analyzed points to one inevitable outcome: a new all-time high incoming for Hedera HBAR. We've seen the 173% potential from the green, pushing us to 67 cents. But when you factor in the Genius Act opening the floodgates for stablecoins, the institutional giants using the Hedera stablecoin studio, the surging Hedera dominance, the mega bullish W pattern, and the perfect volume flagging, we are looking at something far, far beyond just hitting old highs. This is the start of BAR's true price discovery, where there is no historical resistance above, and the only limit is the sheer demand from unprecedented real-world utility. My Hedera HBAR price prediction for this cycle isn't just a repeat, it's an explosion. We are not just looking at 67 cents. We are looking at HBAR easily breaking past the $1 mark, then consolidating, and making a run towards potentially $3 and beyond in this cycle. This is the kind of move that justifies every single minute you've held, every ounce of doubt you've pushed aside. This is the stage where Hedera HBAR truly will shock everyone. Don't be sidelined. This is your moment. This is the new all-time high incoming. You now possess the insider knowledge, the chart mastery, and the fundamental understanding to navigate Hedera BAR's next explosive move. You're no longer guessing, you're operating with an informed edge that others simply don't have. You know why this new all-time high incoming for Hedera HBAR is not just hype, but an inevitability. If this video has transformed your understanding and fired you up, then smash that like button right now and subscribe. Join our community of HBAR Barians who are seizing this moment. And to truly understand the full scope of Hedera's power and why its price prediction is so high, you must watch our previous deep dive. Hedera HBAR will shock everyone in the next 4 months. The link is on your screen now and in the description below. That video reveals the international adoption, the central bank connections, and the global catalysts that underpin this massive price movement. Don't miss out on the complete picture. Click that video now, and let's ride this rocket to a new all-time high together.